of love and light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are, and it's alright in the house of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight, not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.
Yes, good morning. You are amazing. I'm so happy to remind you of that this morning. Welcome to House of Love and Light. It's a beautiful Sunday here in the mountains. Happy September. I'm so excited that you're here. My name is Amy Steinberg. If you've never been here before, this is a House of Love and Light gathering. We gather together to talk about love and light, to be reminded of the divine presence that is everywhere, expressing through the changing of the seasons, through this experience when we get together. Hi, Lisa and Casey and Jan and Patricia and Stephanie and Sandra. I know that there's a lot of folks watching. I can see when you're here if you comment. So I encourage you to comment throughout this experience. I encourage you to share a watch party, to share this with a friend. So excited for this morning. I have new art up. Shout out to my beautiful amethyst being closer to us so we can vibe out some good vibes to you. I got my Virgo painting, which we've got the earth elements and the sun, because we're still in that summer energy, right? And then this gorgeous goddess over here, the tree of the autumn, of the leaves that are falling. I've seen my first leaves fall, and it's this disorganizing, reorganizing, reorder of Mother Nature that she does every fall. It's my favorite season. Shout out to fall. Anybody? Favorite season? Totally. So today we're going to be talking about, in the whole month, we're going to be talking about organize. Order is an attribute, a divine attribute of God, of divinity is order. So we're going to talk about that inner, outer. We're going to talk about physical, spiritual, mental order throughout the month. I'm really excited about the books that we're going to be looking at this month. So I'm just stoked to be here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Susie. Good morning, Chris. I love you so much for being here, and I thank you so much for keeping this thing going. We've been doing this for, I think, 23 or 24 weeks now, which is just, man, I can't believe it. It's been such a blessing and gift in my life. So thank you so much for being a part of this with me. We're going to stick to the mission. If you don't know our mission, it's to nourish, uplift, and inspire. We're going to nourish with some spiritual food. We have meditation and prayer. Today we have a beautiful spiritual mind treatment at the very end from David Washington, who's from here in Asheville. I love David. And we also have a beautiful open eye meditation from Renee Laboa, Reverend Renee Laboa. We're going to uplift you, make you feel good. I got a song from Jana Stanfield today. If you don't know Jana, she's an incredible, positive musician who's doing great things in the world. And I'm going to inspire you to be your highest and best you by trying to shine my light, by trying to be here with you, by giving you ideas about how to stay focused on the spiritual. You know, the world is really chaotic right now. There's so much going on. We're still in the middle of quarantine. We have serious racial tensions with the Daniel Prude and the Jacob Blake. More systemic racism stuff coming up. This is just a really interesting, hard time where we are looking at ourselves. Systems are shattering. So we have to keep our high watch if we're on the spiritual path. And that's what I try to do here. I try to keep it really clear on what we're doing here. Holla, holla, holla. Hi, Tanza and Greta and Sarah and Susie. so, so glad you're here. All right, we're going to sing. We're going to open with this Harold Payne, because you know what? I believe that when things are falling apart, like they're going to that's going to happen as fall hits us, it's this wonderful thing. It's about to happen, this wonderful thing in our lives when things are falling apart. It makes space for something new. So let's sing this awesome chant by Harold Payne, Sexy Harold Payne. I love you if you're watching or if you rewatch. And that is something to recognize, that you can always rewatch these, either on the House of Love and Light webpage or on the Facebook page. Good morning, Sophia. Yes, we have some Sophia today, some beautiful offering from her as well. I'm so excited to share her stuff today too. So let's know together that something wonderful is happening right now. Something wonderful is happening to me. Right here, right now. Sing it with me. Something wonderful, yeah. Something wonderful is happening to me. Right here, right now. And I can feel it, come on. I can feel it in my body. That's right. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Something wonderful, yeah. Something wonderful is happening to me. Right here, right now. Sing it with me. Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me. Right here, right now. I can feel it. I can feel it in my body. That's right. I can feel it in my soul. Hey, Cecilia. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Something wonderful. All right, in the comments, I want you to tell me something wonderful that's happening right now. Something wonderful that's happening right now for me is you being here with me. Something wonderful that's happening for me right now is, that coffee is starting to make me feel real good. Something wonderful that's happening to me right now is the Spirit of God in this room. What's wonderful? Tell me what's wonderful for you right now in your life. Tell me. Oh, the breeze outside. Yes, it is gorgeous up here in the mountains, Jen. Hummingbirds. Rebecca, you have hummingbirds. I've tried. I put a feeder out. Nothing happened. Okay. What is happening? Oh, good morning, Troy and Sarah. Let's sing it once more. Something wonderful, yeah. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Iced coffee. What is better than iced coffee? Wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Craig Schaefer. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Something wonderful, yeah. Oh, I feel it. I feel like a peace, a presence washing over me. How do you feel? I hope you're feeling good. We're going to move right into one of my favorite chants, because as we clear out and we look at order and organization in our lives and in nature and what's happening in our country, it's really good to keep that open, wide heart. We're going to be talking a lot about listening this month as well. One of our books we'll be reading is the Mark Nepo 7,000 Ways to Listen. And listening is what keeps us open, listening to nature reordering itself. So let's just take a deep breath in and release those shoulders. And I know I got a lot of singers watching, so I hope that you're harmonizing, because harmony releases oxytocin in your brain. So open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. deeply breathing, I release. I release, I let go. I invite the divine. I recognize the divine in this moment. I recognize the pure presence, the energy of life that is expressing itself right now as all things on earth, as they were in heaven. I know there is a power, there's a presence, there is a God, there's a love, there's a light, there is a goddess energy, a creative force, a source, a love, a light that is inside of me and inside of everyone who is watching. And this power, this presence is lighting up our lives right now. It is making a way, a clear way for order out of the chaos. An organization, a reordering is happening right now inside of me and right now inside of everyone who is watching. So I declare clarity. I declare knowledge. I declare opening. I declare knowing. I declare good. What do you want to declare? Go ahead and put it in the comments and we'll pray it up. I declare love. I declare an open heart. I declare an open mind. I declare an openness to change, to shift, a listening. I declare open. I open wide my heart with great love, with great thanksgiving for the divine energy, for the divine source and force that is animating all of us right now. I say thank you. I say thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this opportunity to come together as online spiritual community every Sunday to lift us up and remind us of the good. I release these words knowing that they are already done because I am powerful, as are you. And so it is. We say amen, hallelujah. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Once more. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Deep breath in as we become present together. It is so good to see some people from my past. I see Jody on here and Greg and Casey and Greta. So good to see everyone. I also had a little bit of trouble this morning, Sandra, so if people are coming in a little bit late, we're just so glad you're here. And again, you can rewatch. So as we move on through this time together, it's important to me that we honor and recognize the paths that came before the New Thought path, all of the religious paths. I have somebody light the candles every week, and I'm so glad that Anna got me in a recording of her doing the candle lighting. If you'd like to do the candle lighting, please let me know. And I just thank you so much for all the service that you guys give in form of videos. So here is Anna honoring all paths with the candle lighting. I love you.
I light a candle for the Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism that teach us about harmony, karma, and the way. I light a candle for Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Baha'i, teaching us about tradition, forgiveness, surrender, and order. I light a candle for ancient wisdom and New Thought traditions, including indigenous teaching, shamanism, paganism, science of mind, and New Age spirituality, teaching us to root and expand. I light a candle for the great mystery, the eternal question, the not knowing. Namaste.
Hey, when I think about what I'm grateful for, I think about family and friends like most people. And during this pandemic, I think about the fact that I have a home and I have food and I don't have to worry about money. And those are amazing things. But somehow, when I'm thinking about what I'm grateful for, I go into the negative and I start thinking, well, wouldn't it be so much nicer if there was someone special in my life? Or I think, wouldn't it be so nice if I lived closer to family? And I think, wouldn't it be so nice if this world that I'm living in wasn't so crazy? But then one day I was outside doing my chores. I've got 2 horses and they take a lot of work to keep them here at home. And I was kind of being grumpy and I was just thinking, life sucks. And then I all of a sudden just started petting my horse and I thought, oh my God, I am so lucky to have horses, something I've loved all my life. And I'm so lucky to be in a position where I can pet my horse in the backyard. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you can be grateful and still have areas of your life that you wish were better. But when you concentrate on how lucky you are in whatever way it is, you know, maybe it's very different from my way, but it just makes you like so happy, right? So I'm grateful for that realization. It doesn't happen to me all the time. Sometimes I'm just grumpy and it doesn't happen, but when it does, I'm like, oh man, yeah, this is great. So what are you grateful for?
Life sucks sometimes, doesn't it, Lisa? I love how honest everybody is with these gratitude videos. You know, I love that these are getting more and more thick every week. I don't know if you notice that if you're watching every week, the gratitude is getting more and more honest and open. And I just love how you came around to that idea of feeling how lucky you are. And I know that's where I go with my gratitude. So hi, Laura Berman. So glad you're here. And what we're going to talk about right now really quickly is what are you grateful for? I want to hear about it in the comments. I'll list off my gratitudes. I am so grateful for avocados this morning because I had the most delicious avocado bagel. It was just incredible. I'm so grateful for the new love in my life. I'm so grateful for my friends. I'm so grateful for the weather changing here in the mountains. I am also grateful for health. I'm grateful for music. Oh my gosh, I told you that this new love in my life is really into pop music, has introduced me to so many great pop songs that are out and that have been out for the past 10 years that I somehow missed. I am grateful for family, and I'm grateful for awareness. I'm grateful for the divine. I'm grateful for God. I'm so grateful for this time together. I'm grateful for art. I'm grateful for painting. I'm grateful. Oh gosh, I mean, my gratitude just goes on and on and on and on until the break of dawn, okay? So one of the things that I'm so grateful for every single week is Ash Ruiz, our resident guru. We'll call him that. I know he's not really a guru per se, but he does hold satsangs and he is funny and brilliant and beautiful. And I ask him to give us something about, the theme every week. And this week the theme is organized living. So I said, Ash, what do you got to say about this? And this is Ash's 2 cents. So here is Ask Ash.
Becoming human. Like the human, I put this lash on a little bit to this weight and that one. But hey, okay, that's the poem. Once a man came to me and spoke for hours about his great visions of God. He asked for confirmation. Are these visions true? I replied, how many goats do you have? He looked surprised and said, I am speaking of sublime visions and you're going to ask me about goats? I said, yes, brother, how many? He said, 62. And how many wives? He said, 4. How many rose bushes, children, parents do you feed the birds in the winter? And to all he answered, then I said, you asked me if I thought your visions were true. I would say that they were if they make you become more human, more kind to every creature and plant that you know. Yes, becoming human. Beautiful poem from Hafez, inviting us to recognize, with all the visions and all the realms and all the holograms and dimensions and realizations and rest, what's the use of all of those wondrous points of view if we're not here as this life with itself, not here as this breath with itself, not here as this mystery, wonder, this all with itself. So I love that we get to have this moment. There may appear to be a screen and there's someone on that side, on this side, and all kinds of sounds and expressions of atoms. But this moment is life itself. So much life. And here I am, living my life like it's golden, 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 yeah. Living my life like it's golden.
Living my life like it's golden. That's our very own Ash Ruiz, who is, I don't know if you know this about him. He was a Menudo singer. Did you know that? He was one of the original Menudos. Can you believe that? Girls threw themselves at him. So fun to hear him talk about that. So, okay, well, here we go into an offering right before my message today. I wanted to share Jana Stanfield with you. If you don't know who Jana is, then I'm sorry. You will now, and you will say, thank you, Amy. Thank you for introducing me to Jana Stanfield. She's got lots of music to look up. But just really enjoy this song. I told her about what I was talking about the reorganization, the order of things, and the resonance of how we're all one, but we're all the drop of the one. And she said, oh, this is the perfect song. So she sang a song for us, and I want to just tell you what she's doing right now. She spent 3 months in Malaysia, and she was working with refugee teenagers. So with 10 of them, she created what is called the Refugee Film School, where it gives students money. It gives them the opportunity to earn money for their families. And so she does such amazing work in the world. So I really want you to enjoy Jana, and then I'll be back with a message for you. I love you all. Here's Jana Stanfield.
I'm just a spoke in the wheel, one grain of sand, but it feels so right to be right where I am. One a little part of a much bigger plan, and the longer I'm here, the more I understand. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun, when it's all said and done. I am one, we are one. I'm just one drop of rain that falls from the sky and runs to a stream, to the ocean by and by. I could do worse than to give myself up on the crest of a wave in this ocean of love. I am one, we are one, like the rays of the sun, when it's all said and done. I am one, we are one. I am one, we are one. I am one, we are one. I'm just one drop of rain one grain of sand. But the longer I am here, the more I understand.
Oh, Jana. Jana Stanfield, I love you so much. You are such a gift to me. You teach me so much about compassion. She's always doing her art for the world to make the world a better place. So again, I want to tell you about what her and Ann Pogue are doing in the world. They have created the Refugee Film School, where they're giving teens and students the opportunity to earn money to feed their families by editing simple videos. So if you need any videos edited, we're all doing so much stuff online right now. So if you need any videos edited, contact Jana Stanfield, and she will guide you to this awesome school that her and Ann have created. And I can't tell you enough how proud I am to be her friend and to know her. You know, it's like she's one of those people, like I talk about Jamie Lulu like this, like where I admired her before I ever met her. I was a fan before a friend. So what a blessing to have her in my life and to have her here on HOLLA. So thank you again, Jana. And now I'm going to offer you a talk, a little message. My messages are pretty short, so I always write a new little something to share with you. And so this is a little song, a little ditty to open this little talk on organize living. Organize living. I saw the first leaf fall, break off, sail down. Saw the first letting go from the top to the ground. It's the turning, watch it burning. It's the earth prepping for rebirth. There's an order guided by the Lord. Her emptying is for her to be free. Gotta let the past go, stow away for next snow. No use holding on to dead things. Get it all in order. Let it be clean. This is divine order. Rebuilding me. Yeah, yeah. Always changing all time. Let it be new. That's right. This is divine order. Rebuilding you. Rebuilding you. I'm going to do it again. And then you're going to sing along with that chorus. Check it. I saw the first leaf fall, break off, sail down. Saw the first letting go from the top to the ground. It's the turning, watch it burning. It's the earth prepping for rebirth. Oh, there's an order guided by the Lord. Her emptying to be free. Gotta let the past go, stow away for next snow. No use holding on to dead things. Join me singing, come on, get it all in order. Yeah. Let it be clean. Come on. This is divine order. I love this change. Rebuilding me. Yeah, yeah. Always changing all time. Let it be new. You can make it your own. You can make it your own. This is divine order. Rebuilding you. One more time. Come on. Get it all in order. Let it be clean. This is divine order. Rebuilding me. Oh, oh, yeah. divine order, yeah. Rebuilding you, rebuilding you, rebuilding, rebuilding, a rebuilding, a rebuilding, a rebuilding, a rebuilding, a rebuilding. Organize. Organize. Get it in order. Could you make sense of it? Would you? There must be some kind of pattern, a way to figure out why things fall apart. Don't they fall apart to come back together? Please tell me it's true. The cycles, the circles, the letting go that happens in nature. Please tell me that it also happens within each and every one of us all the time, especially in times like these. We are reconfiguring, recalculating, breaking apart to come back together. Tell me it's the truth. Give me an amen. Tell me hallelujah. I had a tree come down. Backstory, I just moved here from San Diego, where I think there are trees, but it's pretty brown. No, it's the desert. It's beautiful. There's succulents everywhere. And listen, people move there because it's gorgeous and the environment and all that. It's amazing. But I'm a Florida girl, so I like things wet and green and lush. So now I'm basically living in a tree house. I'm surrounded by trees, and anybody who knows about trees has been telling me, girl, you need to watch those trees because if they are dead, they're going to come down. And I'm like, yeah. Well, a couple weeks ago, a big tree came down in my backyard, and I thought there was an earthquake. It was like, but it wasn't anywhere near my house, really. But then just the other day, a tree came down like right next to my house, and it like scraped the side of my house, and then it shattered. First of all, it's a miracle it didn't hit my house or a car, because my girlfriend's car's been parked there on the weekends, and then my car is usually parked there, but it was up at the top. It was in the shop. It's a long story. The loaner they gave me was up at the top of my driveway, so nothing got hurt or anything, but this tree just shattered. 1,000,000 pieces. Big shout out to Timbo, who came and cleaned it up. Thank you. I love you. And this whole thing really had me thinking. The shattering of the old, the dead things. Oh, I have to show you the picture of the tree. Look, it just shattered. It was shattered. 1,000,000 pieces. The shattering of the old, the way that dead things fall apart. They just crumble. And this goes really well with this theme of organizing, putting things in order, how nature does it so effortlessly. I'm just going to put in here that I saw a spider web this morning, and I was interested in spiders, and because spider webs, they look so organized, right? They look like this organized thing. So I heard these amazing facts about spiders. One of them is that they eat their own webs. They like make a web and then they eat it, and then they make the web and then they eat it to keep the proteins for the silks. They have like 4 different kinds of silks. Anyway, the point is that there's a regeneration happening all over nature, right? And nature is our teacher. Nature does it so effortlessly. And I also learned today that the reason why trees drop their leaves is because it's hormones. Trees have hormones. How much do you love that? Trees are hormonal. And they drop the leaves so that they're stronger when the winds come in the winter, that they can stand tall. So actually letting go of the leaves makes them stronger. How much do you love that? Okay, so we need to take some notes from Mother Nature. And when that tree shattered, it felt so symbolic of the shattering that's happening for me right now. I know it's happening for you, and everywhere in our society and in our world. In the Western Hemisphere, we're entering fall, where everything is dying that needs to die in order to be reborn. Hallelujah. And everything in us will die and be reborn as well. You know, you might not know, but it's always fun to remember that the human body regenerates all the cells every 7 to 10 years. You are always being made new. Scientific fact. What's interesting to note about the tree is that it was choked by English ivy. Now, English ivy, I have learned, was brought over in 1800 by the colonial times as decorative landscape foliage. And guess what? If you live in this area, you know that English ivy just kills everything. It just takes over everything and just kills things. Now, if that's not a good analogy and metaphor for America right now and our collective consciousness, when the European things come over and kill the indigenous things, ooh, okay. I mean, come on. I'll let you figure that one out a little more. I won't go too deep in that. But when things are old and dead, they're not just going to fall apart. They're going to shatter. And the shattering is a beautiful opportunity for us to figure out what to do with all the pieces. So if we are left with a broken system or a broken heart or broken dreams, I've had all that. We get to pick up these pieces and look at them and then put them back together in a beautiful new way. Our lives are truly the mosaics, the way we break and break and break again in the most beautiful kaleidoscopic ways. You know that kaleidoscopes are just bits of broken mirror. That's what they are. Okay, y'all, it's Virgo season. Shout out to my Virgos. I'm not perfect, but I'm a Virgo. I'm not a Virgo, but I thought that was cute. It really kind of captured the Virgo vibe. And Libra, also at the end of the month, so shout out to Libras later in the month. And Virgos, well, Virgos, as we're in this season right now, Virgos are known for being, perfect, organized. And if you don't know that the season of the Virgin is stereotypically about order, everything has its place when you're a Virgo. Those houses that you walk into that are spectacularly minimalist and everything's put together, it's probably a Virgo that lives there. And I wouldn't doubt if Marie Kondo is a Virgo. I don't know that to be true, but she wrote this book, Spark Joy, which is one of the books of the month here. And you know what? I just want to give a shout out to Abe's Books. And I think Laura Berman's watching. If she is, she can put the link up. The Abe's Books, I bought my copy of Spark Joy for $3. There's used books from library books and bookstores that sadly are closing. So you can always get these books. I like physical books. I like to write in them and mark the pages and fold them up and everything. So if you want, you can grab that. But anyway, this book, Spark Joy, is about tidying up, cleaning up our space. And most people who tell you anything about this book will tell you that it teaches you if something sparks joy, keep it and then release it if it doesn't spark joy. Just let it go. So I've already gotten rid of all my vegetables, all my bras, and my treadmill. Just kidding. That was just a bad joke. Anyway, but she does say this about tidying up. Tidying up is far more than deciding what to keep and what to discard. Rather, it's a priceless opportunity for learning, one that allows you to reassess and fine-tune your relationship with your possessions, and create that lifestyle that brings you the most joy. Yeah, I just think it is really time for us to get it all in order. Let it be clean, let it be new. This is divine order, rebuilding me. Let's sing that one more time. Get it all in order. Let it be clean. This is divine order. This is divine order. Rebuilding me. Yeah. Always changing all time. Divine order. It's divine order. This is divine order. Rebuilding you. Rebuilding you. Rebuilding. You see, our insides are just are simply the outsides. Our things are simply a reflection of our insides and our life. And nature is simply a reflection also of our insides and our lives as well right now. So this idea of taking some time to tidy and clean ourselves, clean our spaces while Mother Nature also empties and makes space, it's kind of a cool opportunity. So I started with my closets. That's the first thing she says is do your clothes. So I took all my clothes out, looked at it. It's really quite beautiful to look at, to lay it out there and take a look. I'm not a hoarder, so I don't hold on to a lot of things, but I didn't have a ton of stuff, but there were things I released because, they reminded me of something or somebody in a time in my life, or it never really fit me quite right, or I'm just ready to not lose that weight, or whatever it is, just releasing. And now my closet is totally clean. And nothing else in my house is like that. So I'm going to try to do that this month. And I'm going to invite you to too. Whether or not you get the book, I invite you to experience this. Let's experience this as a community. I'd love for you to take before and after pictures. We can share them at the end of the month. I'd love for us to get together at the end of the month with a Zoom call to discuss this stuff. So let's do it together. And when we do have things that we're going to release, I'm going to invite us to give them, not throw them away, but give them to charity and nonprofits, because you know what, man? This country, man, we are upside down right now. We are so blessed. And I know so many people who are watching this right now are gifted with so much abundance beyond measure. We're blessed beyond measure, and we have extra, so we want to give it away. And I kind of have this like weird side note that I just want to share because it was so alarming to me. I was watching a terrible television show the other day by accident. Okay, so I don't have television at my house, and me and my girlfriend, we meet halfway at a hotel because it's so romantical during the week because we miss each other so much. Hi, honey, I know you're watching. And so there's a TV in the hotel room, and I was just flipping about, and I found this awful show. It was awfully addictive to watch, but it's called Extreme Couponing. Do you guys know this show? And people just like collect all these coupons and go in the grocery store and get hundreds of dollars of stuff for either very little money or nothing, or they get money back. And it was strange. It was strange. This abundance is available in this country, and yet there's folks who don't have food. Like I can't. So I'm just seeing the world right now through the eyes of someone who's deeply privileged, and I'm becoming aware, and I invite you to become more aware of the disparity economically, especially in this country. So as we're doing these cleaning and cleansing, let's definitely give back those things to those who might need them. You know, a world that I wish to see is one of this divine order, this divine world where all people are able to share in the abundance that is offered by Mother Nature. And I just want to be as awake as I can right now in this time and keep the high watch, my eye on the spirit. So even when I'm watching TV, I'm trying to listen. I'm listening closely to the programs on the television, to the climate of our conversation, to the words that I speak with others and myself. I'm listening through the ears of someone listening for injustice. I'm listening, I'm watching. We have so many issues that are going on that are being highlighted in our world. And now we must listen. We must listen because listening is what changes us. And that is part of the reason I picked the second book, 7,000 Ways to Listen. I didn't want to just be talking about tidying up this month. So I also wanted to talk about listening. And Mark Nepo's book is another amazing Mark. I'm always quoting him because he's a genius. And honestly, I've read this book before, but I couldn't even get past the intro when I wanted to share with you some of the things. First of all, on the very first page, he talks about the title. He explains the title. He explains that he was having a conversation with a Nigerian linguist friend of his, and how this person told him that there are 7,000 living languages on Earth. How cool is that? 7,000 living languages on Earth. And Mark Nepo, in his genius, said, well, if there are 7,000 ways to speak, there must be 7,000 ways to listen. And I love that. And he says, to enter deep listening, I have had to learn how to keep emptying. Again, there's that idea of release, emptying and opening, how to keep beginning. I've had to lean into all I don't understand, accepting that I am changed by what I hear. I am changed by what I really hear. This is so pertinent for where we are as a people, letting ourselves be changed by what we hear when we are listening. We remain open and teachable as we break and shatter. He says, why listen at all? And then this is the key. He says, because listening stitches the world together. Because listening is the doorway to everything that matters. It enlivens the heart, the way breathing enlivens the lungs. We listen to awaken our heart. We do this to stay vital and alive. This book is so good. And then finally he says, I invite you to engage in the work of reverence, in the work of staying freshly connected by entering your friendship with this mystery we call life. That just triggered me to think of the Lisa Ferrera that she always says. Lisa Ferrera and Erika Luckett taught me the phrase, if you are not in awe, you are not paying attention. If you are not in awe, you are not paying attention. So we will be listening this month. Listening to ourselves, listening to our possessions, listening to our intuition. We're going to clear and clean and open our space, not only physically, but we'll talk about our emotional world, our spiritual world, and our community. And I'm really excited to spend this time with you every Sunday to think about what's coming up for me and what I want to share. It's very intuitive, that this organized idea. There's nothing that I'm really working off of except for sort of astrological energy and seasonal energy. So my question for you is, are you up for some deep listening? This opening of our hearts to create space for something new. To let those things shatter. Let things fall apart. Even break them apart if we must, so we can reconfigure, reorganize, and create something brand new, beautiful, and more evolved. Different from where we have ever been before. Brand new. Get it all in order. Let it be clean. This is divine order. Rebuilding me. Yeah. Always changing all time. Let it be new. This is divine, yeah. This is divine order. Rebuilding you, rebuilding you. Breathing deeply together, I cannot thank you enough for helping me to build House of Love and Light. We have built this over the past 23 weeks. Thank you I saw a couple new people are here. Welcome to this Sunday experience. Please, everyone, share this with folks. You know, the ebb and the flow of the people that watch. I know there's a lot of people that attend other church services that come and watch later. So love to you too, who are watching on the rewatch. Again, you can watch anytime. Again and again. Sometimes I'll go and sing along with myself because it's harmony. Those harmonies really break open the spirit when you have that midweek, rough moment, which, by the way, midweek on Wednesday evenings, every Wednesday at 7:00, I do music and meditation on the House of Love and Light Facebook page. So there are 3 ways to consciously give. You can text LOVE to 828-383-9889, paypal.me/House of Love and Light, and Venmo at Amy-Steinberg-5. This is how I am surviving during the quarantine. So many theaters and venues are closing for artists, and so I feel very honored and blessed that I get to create something. However, I will tell you this, I am creating this for free. There is no guarantee. Every week I am flying on faith, and every week I am getting by. So I want to give you a massive shout out to thank you as an artist, as a spiritual person, to help me survive during this time. It is serious, we are all surviving, and my heart is with you for anybody who is struggling. I just totally get it. I am definitely also in that struggle bus sometimes, in fear about financial insecurity. So I just have to remember the abundance of nature, the abundance and the flow, that whenever I feel stuck, I give. This week, I'm just going to tell you this. A friend of mine, Renee, I'll just say it. She made a meditation video, and I said, is there any way you can just donate this week, because I'm a little low or whatever. And then I stopped myself, because she's one of my spiritual teachers. And I stopped myself. She's like, "Oh, I was planning on gifting it to you." And I was like, I stopped myself and I said, "You know what? I have to give to you, because that is lack mentality, and I don't live in lack mentality." So I did give her, how much I give for these videos, and it felt so good. And I'm telling you, immediately I got a tithe check in the mail, because it's a flow, it's energy, it's money. We don't want to hold on, we don't want to crimp ourselves and cramp ourselves, because a closed fist is not available to receive. So I just wanted to tell you that little story. I probably shouldn't have, but whatever. Anyway, I'm just being honest. As we straighten our spaces this month, which I encourage you to do it, we will no doubt come across things that we hold dear. And it may be hard to decide whether to get rid of things like collections or nostalgic pieces. What do you collect? Actually, I want to know in the comments right now, what do you collect? I'm going to tell you what I collect. I collect art. I collect tiny figures. I collect colored bottles. All this stuff I get from thrift stores, of course, or art shows. I love to support artists, and things like what Joan Naylor does. Her art's amazing anyway. So I understand this idea when Sophia, from Sophia's perspective, sent me an article that she had written about having difficulty with sorting through her stones, gemstones. She was deciding which to release and which to keep. You see, in addition to being a photographer, our beloved Sophia was also a professional organizer. So when we're talking, she was telling me about her stones, and I was just excited to hear her feelings about the ones she decided to keep. So watch this video that I made with Sophia sharing about her stone collection and these pictures that she took of them. And as you are going through your collections, I invite you to listen. Listen. Seems like she was listening to the stones. So these gemstones can represent the shattering also and the breaking apart, because that's what comes from the earth, right? These beautiful gemstones. So enjoy Sophia's perspective. I'll be back with a tool for the week, and you really don't want to go anywhere because we have that meditation with Renee, which is beautiful. And then I especially want to give a shout out to David Washington. He recorded a treatment for us, and I really, really, really want to share this with you. So here is Sophia.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and I've been a professional organizer for over 15 years, as well as a photographer-writer. One evening, I looked out over my dynasty of rock people scattered throughout my room, thinking I might need to scale down a bit. A small piece of heart-shaped sandstone, plucked from the floor of the Antelope Canyon. It caught my eye as I was walking out of the Slot Canyon. What would it tell me about the Navajo Nation who roamed freely on that land long before the white man? And my fluorite tower, oh, it's simply delicious and majestic at the same time. I never tire of looking through its window at its complex kaleidoscope of colors. I stare and wonder at the phantom quartz, perfectly shaped, and inside, reminders of another world that never quite made it, like looking into the past. Ones who fell from the sky, the meteorites. My black, smooth, and heavy stones, you are a piece of the cosmos, and as I hold you in my hands, I feel blessed to hold something that has been places where man has only dreamt of going. Picture Jasper, you're a piece of art, my friend. It's as if the Creator dipped her brush into the earth and created desert landscapes that are so pleasing to my eyes. The lines are fluid and deliberate, the technique of a true artist. Labradorite, you are truly mystifying, and without the light, your true beauty would be eluded. Your iridescent shades of blue surround the complex web of lines that reminds me of the dense vegetation of the jungle. How does Pachamama create such beauty? Chrysocolla, don't tell the others, but perhaps you are my favorite, or at least in the top 3. The mixtures of your blues and greens wash over me in waves of elation and joy. And lapis, your cobalt blue surface defies the natural beauty of this planet. No wonder the kings and queens adore their bodies with the likes of you. And if that wasn't enough, flecks of gold grace you, accentuating your beauty even more. When I wear you, I feel like royalty. Elements of the earth and cosmos, I feel your beauty and energy. Maybe the biological structure of my body houses the exact elements of all the stones and resonates harmoniously with their frequencies, awakening me to my connection to Pachamama, Mother Earth, to the stones and to the cosmos. Namaste, love, Sophia's perspective.
Isn't she gorgeous? Sophia, I love you. Thank you for sharing those beautiful pictures and your stones. So the tool for the week is organize your clothing. Take some pictures, show us the before and after, and listen closely. Listen as you are organizing. Listen as you are creating order out of this. Listen as the leaves fall. Listen as Mother Nature is talking to you. Let's listen really, really closely, okay? Let's listen this month. Let's open our hearts even wider every single week that we come together. Upcoming, we're going to keep talking about organize. This week was about living. Next week is loving, then dreaming and communing. Those 2 books are Spark Joy and 7,000 Ways to Listen. Again, Abe's books. I'll try to leave a link for that. And I just am so grateful for this time we have together. So we're going to have just a little 2-minute open eye meditation with Renee. I invite you to watch that. And then when David comes on for his treatment, I really invite you, it's a long treatment. It's like 4 minutes, I think. I really invite you to experience it. When I experienced it, I've experienced it a few times as I've been editing and, getting myself ready for today. I start to vibrate because he is so powerful in his words. So please enjoy this time with Renee and David, and then I'll be back to say goodbye. So thank you so much for joining me. And here is a meditation with Reverend Renee Laboa.
Can there be order out of what feels like chaos? When we stand at the edge of the ocean and we feel the mist of the sea, the crashing of the waves, the thundering sound, we know that this is order. This is perfection. And there is peace in this. We know that the tide ebbs and flows, and yet we have perfect faith that every morning, as we stand at the edge, there is perfection. There is a divine system, an organization to this thing that we call life. To push against it, we will feel resistance. To gently ebb and flow like floating in the ocean, we know that we will always be brought back to shore. This is true for our lives. This is true for our bodies. Now is the time, now, for us to remember the source of who we are, the absolute perfection, that every cell in our body resonates to the infinite intelligence of the universe. We can and do and will be revived.
Good morning, everyone. Let's take a few moments to go to a deep place together and then speak our word to recreate our worlds. If you would, let my words be your words. So here we are. In this ever-present moment, I allow myself to relax, to let my attention reside here, now, where resides the singular presence that is the essential existence of all things. In this ever-present moment, this ever-present moment, I reside in this place of presence whose character is expanding, radiant, attractive love, infinite love. In this ever-present moment, I reside in the presence whose character is the organizing activity of love. I call it law sometimes, or the truth. In this ever-present moment, love and truth expresses as life, the essence of life, infinite life. And I recognize that this presence, this love, this truth, this life is what I am. It is the infinite aspect of me that always is and always was. And I recognize that this life that always is and always was is at the core of all that I see, all that exists. It is the essence of the animate and inanimate. It is the essence of me. It is the essence of everyone and everything. And as it expresses through me, I know the perfect pattern of truth, the perfect pattern of law takes place in this existence, in this manifestation, in this plane of being, as my body and its perfect health, as the perfect health of my relationships, as the perfect health of my communities, my nation, my world, as the relationship between all people's perfect health, as the relationship between people, animals, the things of the sea and the air. A relationship based in love, in oneness. This essence of me expresses into my world. Its infinite aspect tells me and shows me, and I see the abundance of all that is ever needed. There is enough. There is more than enough to live life fully, happily, in satisfaction. I am so deeply grateful that this is so. And I relax into this knowing. Deeply grateful that I have some awareness. Deeply grateful that this process of life and living, of love expressing, has brought me to this point now. Deeply grateful to be here with all my friends and so many more whom I still may or may not see. So with this knowing, I release my word, grateful for my creative word, grateful to be aware of the oneness. I release it in thanksgiving, and so it is.
Did you stay for that? I hope that you did. I have tears in my eyes from that treatment. David Washington, you are such a blessing and a gift to Asheville, to the New Thought world, to the Posse music world. We love you. And thank you for that healing treatment. I could feel the pattern of divinity like reconfiguring itself within me as you were speaking. You are very powerful. Thank you. And also, Renee, thank you for that beautiful meditation. And for everyone else who's still watching, I wish you a very, very happy Sunday. I hope that you can see the order in the chaos. See the beautiful blooming that is happening out of the shit that is happening everywhere. Because we know no mud, no lotus. I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. It was an absolute joy meeting with you today. Happy Sunday. I love you.
House of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are. And it's alright in the house of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight, not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this House of love and light. House of love and light.